Hi guys, it's me Rachel, welcome to another vlog. 132 I guess? I can't remember. But this is just a video on how I'm getting back up to date with my regular routine of life. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but we'll see. I've got tons of other videos to upload before this as well. But anyway, I just want to address a few things of how I've managed to get back to where I am right now, and what new job I may entail. Okay, I'm not sure where I should start. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to figure out, should I talk about the whole holiday, or should I just leave it to the videos to tell you what's happened? The little things I took while I was there. Okay, I'll talk about how I've adapted back home. It was a huge culture shock, I have to say. I have to admit that it was. The journey times between here and to Blackpool, it was crazy. It took us 5 hours just to get up there. 5 hours. And the A1 was closed off. We caught in so many traffic jams, it was crazy. Ugh. Once we got there, it was around 3 o'clock, the time when our caravan was ready. And I was so exhausted. I was exhausted. 5 hours sitting in a car. I couldn't feel my bottom. Of course we had to stop for a toilet break and have a walk around, which I really needed to walk around. My legs were aching so much, you wouldn't believe it. So really, we only had around, well, when we had our first stop, we had roughly another hour and a half, or ish, just to get to where we were. It was around 2 o'clock time. We went to this very lovely stop. It says, I can't remember what it's called. It said welcome, and I can't remember. But it had a WH Smith's in it, other shops. I was just wondering, why do these places have high street stores in it? You don't come here to buy something from WH Smith. You either come here to get something to eat or go to the toilet. That's the main purpose of a service stop, or get petrol or whatever fuel you need for your car. I just never understand why there's a high street store or stores there. I think it was a KFC, I can't remember. But it was a nice place. Clean environment, it was lovely. But it was short-lived, of course, because once we'd done our toilet things and had a lovely walk back and forth to the car, I had to sit down for that hour and a half. But as soon as we got there, I was exhausted. We settled down to our caravan, which it took us ages to figure out where our caravan was. But we finally got there. And I did a caravan tour of it, and a shot of outside and inside of how peaceful it was. It was insane. I still need to edit that, but hopefully it should be done by the time I've got this. Yeah, whatever. Should be done by this goes out. Oh, I don't know when that would be. I got so much. It was such a lovely caravan. I mean, of course, I was really unsettled once I got there. It took me around Thursday to get comfortable in my surroundings. And by that time, the holiday was almost over. We were going to leave on Saturday. But I have to say, I really enjoyed my time in Blackpool. It's a wonderful place, and I would so go back to it again. The street vendors were really annoying though. They just wouldn't leave us alone. My dad, he had the tendency just to talk to them, and I had to drag him away to stop talking to them. Like, you don't talk to street vendors. They only want to get your money. We have plenty of them here. Just ignore them. Just tell them you're busy and just carry on with your life. Just don't stick by and talk to them. And if you're a street vendor, apologies, but to regular people that is really annoying. We got things to do, and honestly, I believe there are better ways to advertise whatever company or business you're selling by posters everywhere, rather than handing out flyers to people who got places to be and go. Imagine how you feel if you're approached by a stranger trying to advertise something that you don't know about, or I don't know. It's slightly annoying, isn't it? I mean, that's my opinion on it, but I'm glad it's not all the time here. It's sometimes can be quite often in Lincoln. Yeah, of course it's a job to get money, but it's annoying, really annoying. A lack of toilets are available. They're very well hidden, so as soon as I found a toilet, it was, thank goodness, SeaWorld, Sea Life, what you call it. I needed a toilet when I got there, but I had to wait till I get to the end. Also, another thing that doesn't make Blackpool and surrounding doesn't make any clear is signs. There are hardly any signs to tell you where to go. Of course, there are main signs of attractions, of course, but street signs? Here you see street signs everywhere telling you what street this is, where the street is going to, which is the next street. Hardly any there. We really needed that. So just kind of drove around and around in circles. So of course I had a lovely time. Went to the zoo, went to the Blackpool Tower, the dungeons. Really, the dungeons was kind of annoying. It was funny, but it started to get really dry just a few minutes after. Kind of got really tedious. It was funny when I started just a few jumping at you and everything, but yeah, it gets really boring. Yeah. Would I recommend going to the dungeons? Maybe. I don't know. Depends how much you want to pay. Thankfully, it is a short walk around, the one in the tower, but it can be really tedious after a bit. Like what's next? It's the same concept. Every room you go in, like and then like, okay, I got the point already. Let's go. I've seen everything. Yeah, it's looking back now, it's really boring, and I'm really glad I didn't take any footage or pictures. Oh god. But apart from that, Blackpool Tower was amazing. Oh my god. Tell you, go see my Blackpool Tower videos. Wow. I really hate heights. And apart from that, I really enjoyed myself looking at the Blackpool skyline. Oh, that was amazing. You could see miles around. And the glass floor where you look 500 feet down to the ground. That was some work to get to. Trust me, it was. It was alright looking forward. I mean, it had such a wonderful view looking forward to the Irish Seagull looking down to the ground. Whoa, that is... I would do it again though, of course, but oh, goodness gracious me. That was some work getting to it. I tried to spend as much time as I could to get loads of footage and pictures. Oh, I would totally go and do that again. And I'm glad there was fencing around it. Of course, there are other reasons why they have fencing, but in how I felt then, it was really, really windy and I didn't want to lose my hat. I waved at the camera to the mirror, so did my dad, and my brother randomly appeared, as always. Where did I go after that? Madame Tussauds wax museum, full of wax sculptures. I posed with a couple of them. I was expecting a bit more, of course, but again, if you go to London, there is so much more there, and it will be much bigger and a longer trip around. It was fun. It was fun. Not sure what else I could add on to it. It's just a load of wax, really, wax and everything. I got my hand waxed. Well, not wax, but you know, I talked about it already, and yeah, heat and everything. It was really, really hot, and heat is not really good for wax. And yes, I'm still trying to fix my hand. So it's cut to the chase. It was time to leave, and I was really, really depressed. I really got depressed. I did. We've only stayed here for a week, and we're going back to our regular life. I got really, really depressed. Going back to our old life, going back to things we got used to, all the experience, everything felt so empty. I felt so alone. Like, there's nothing to spark my imagination, nothing for me to think about. Everything I did everything. For the whole 5 days during the week, I did everything. Walked on the beach. I went to a model village. It wasn't that great, but it was alright. I did things that I never did before. I mean, it was great. I've been to sea life before, but yeah. And a different experience. I'd never been to Blackpool before. It was just, everything just crashed down on me. It did. So, the trip back home, it took around 3 hours. The A1 was open, of course, thankfully. So I got home and I just couldn't settle. I just couldn't settle at all. I felt, is this my home? Is this my house? Do I really live here? You know? That little feeling that you don't really belong anymore. I felt I was part of Lancashire, because the people there were so friendly. I mean, of course it was really weird that strangers were coming up to you and talking to you like they know you, but I just felt I was part of Blackpool. That's where I was. But coming back home, it became a bit of a struggle. So Saturday I was depressed, Sunday I was depressed, Monday I was on the edge of nearly getting better, Tuesday I was almost at my peak of getting better, Wednesday I'm just about there, and today it's Thursday and I'm alright again. It's just about getting used to your surroundings again and recovering from such huge events. It's just one of those, but not being on holiday for 8 years, it really takes its toll on you. I hope we go back again at some point, or wherever. I really need the time off. So apart from that, I've got so many videos on Blackpool. You don't want me to keep rambling all about it because I've done enough of that already. So the news, I mean, not really much news for me to discuss since I got back. That I had to redo my business plan, make it a bit more, you know, up to date and more informational. That's already done. And also I may have a potential freelance job. Yeah. I'll talk about that more if I do get it. But I'm just throwing it out there that I may have it. I'm going to talk to a lady about it on Friday, which is tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And I'll talk to you more about it later on that day, or whatever day I remember to do it. yeah, I hope it goes well. Hope it goes well, very well. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. What I wanted to get out there and explain. What's the hubbub? Yeah. Hope you enjoy this vlog, and I hope to see you in my next one. Hope you enjoy whatever videos I have to post as well. Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye bye. What?